Welcome to the June edition of the Community Lens. I'm Kara Papa, and we're going to start with introducing our guests tonight.
And I'm Vincent Candelora, State Representative in the 86th District. I represent North Branford, parts of Guilford, Durham, and East Haven, and I'm in my 20th year.
Mike Prodoti from the North Branford Potato and Corn Festival in its 24th year.
Mary Elissa Giovanni. I am one of the coordinating team members for the North Branford Potato and Corn Festival in its 24th year, like Mike said.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I don't have very much to share, but I do have a challenge for our community members. So we've been having lots of conversations surrounding communication and being informed and involved and finding common ground. And so one thing that I've been noticing is our perceptions are always our reality, but sometimes our perceptions aren't bringing us to where we want to be. So I have a challenge for you. If you have never done it, ask Google to give you or show you the ball and bat problem. The ball and bat problem. Just the problem. And try to do it yourself. And then go back and ask for the answer to the ball and bat problem and the background surrounding it. Because you may find that in your brain trying to help you do something, inform your perception, you're not really seeing what's there. And so just be aware that sometimes when you see things out in the media or you hear somebody talking about things here tonight, you may not have the full story, which is why we want the community lens, and to be aware when we're trying to be informed and involved, we want to make sure that we research and have everything that we need to have. So it's the Declaration of Independence's 250th birthday, and so I hope you're getting out and finding all the great events that are going around in town. July 2nd, the symphony will be at the Parks and Rec, kicking it off. And of course, Saturday is the 4th of July, and I hope you have all those things that are American, including apple pie. So I'm going to kick it over to Mr. Candelora here to give us an update on what's been going on up at the Capitol.
Sure. So as you know, we finished up our session this year, which primarily was creating budget adjustments. And we were able to get some additional education funding down to our districts. North Branford did receive some additional funds. It's caused them to sort of need to reopen the budget and make those allocations. All in all, you know, our state is overspending a little bit. We are projected to have deficits in the next 2 years, which is a big concern that I have. We continue to sort of spend really above our means. So this budget solved a lot of problems by allocating an additional $850 million to programs, but the money is sort of running out now. And so next year, I think, is going to be a major challenge to whoever wins the governor's office. And you know, we also had legislation we've been trying to tackle is artificial intelligence. It's been a challenge, I think, for a lot of states to wrap their arms around. In particular, the federal government is not doing its part sort of in regulating AI, which I think is where we need to regulate it. And so the state of Connecticut sort of picked off areas that we think we could regulate. So, for instance, in terms of hiring practices, we're starting to see companies that will use AI to filter out resumes in the hiring process. The concern is that in doing that, there could be filters that cause people who may be qualified to not get hired. For instance, if it's picking an age range and not taking people who might be above the age of 50. Those type of AI programs are now outlawed in the state. So you can't discriminate using AI the same way you couldn't discriminate if you did it by hand through an individual interview. We also add a lot of provisions for workforce development for AI because we know in particular we are going to lose a lot of various positions. It is slated that we believe that women will be more adversely affected by AI because jobs that are traditionally held by women are being taken up with AI programs. And so we're creating different job trainings for people to get into the AI market to transition their jobs. And then the third piece we focused on was age verification for a lot of programs that kids are getting on their smartphones. You want to make sure that those programs are age appropriate and that the companies are actually verifying the individual's age when they sign up. So those are sort of the three areas that we're able to tackle on a bipartisan basis that the governor did sign into law.
What about the education, the homeschool education bill
Yeah.
and the anything new with the housing bill?
So there were some changes to the housing bill. Homeschooling is a little bit easier to take on. Basically, we created a registry for homeschoolers. So if you are going to homeschool your child, you need to register with the district and say that you are. Another piece says that if you're going to pull your child out of school and you have an open DCF investigation, you're prohibited from pulling them out of school. That piece, I'm not sure how it's going to work, because if somebody's moving out of the district into another school district, they likely will be able to do that because they're still under mandatory reporters if they're in a school system. The fear was that if people are pulling kids out of school in order to avoid an investigation, that's problematic. What was the other question on?
The homeschool bill and the housing bill.
The housing bill. Yeah, the housing reforms, to me, they're still really problematic. They're taking away local control. There's a provision they added to prohibit minimum parking spaces for apartments, I think, below 4. And I think, as we know, when you go to locations that don't have enough parking, I think it's a detriment to the business or even the residences when there's inadequate parking. But there is this notion that they want to allow for dense development and that somehow parking creates a barrier to that development. My feeling is if there's not enough parking spaces, then you shouldn't be building that densely in that area. But that provision did pass, and there were a couple other reforms in it. Towns are still really grappling with that housing bill. And I was just at an event where a town attorney is going through it, and there were terms used in the laws like the term commercial. It allows you to convert commercial property as of right to residential property. Well, in the town of North Branford, we don't use the term commercial. We have business, industrial. So what does that mean? And I think those are sort of the vague areas that towns need to try to figure out, and the state has to try to provide guidance. But I think ultimately that bill really missed the mark, and it's just going to trample on local control of zoning.
And there's a new federal bill that's coming down with housing. Is that going to affect this bill at all?
So it wouldn't affect it. That bill is more incentive-based, which I tend to support. I think that is the best way to get affordable housing, is to actually provide incentives and help offset the cost. When you talk to the contractors and the builders, the escalation of the materials haven't come down. So naturally, it costs more to build these homes. So the federal program is creating incentives programs to allow for more affordable housing to be built, and I think that's a better approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Poco, let's
Hello.
have it.
I had said initially it's the 24th year, but I think that's wrong because it's the 24th year of a 3-day festival. Vinny probably knows, he's born and bred in this town. It was a number of years before his 3 days.
Yeah,
correct?
the Polka Fest was actually originated by the North Branford Rotary Club in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And Joanne Wentworth, the mayor at the time, had started the event. We did it on the soccer field. We put a grill out there. We grilled hamburgers. We had bounce houses for the kids and activities. And that probably goes back to around like 1999 or 98.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first moved to town in 2000, it was just a one-day festival.
Yeah, it was a one-day event that we did on the soccer field.
Okay.
And then it transitioned with Pangary
Right.
who came up with the concept of calling it a potato and corn festival, because there was some town in the Midwest, in I think Ohio, that had done a similar event, and she sort of picked up on their idea and carried it into our town.
I think she was involved in a similar event too, and that was part of the inspiration.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm transplant too. I've been here for 16 years, and it was actually one of the first things I did in town was go to POCO, and I would have never imagined how involved I would be down the line.
I remember there used to be held by the fire department, the one that's in the middle of Northford.
By the cemetery.
Yeah, so they used to be by the cemetery, and then it moved to behind the fire department.
And that was the Knights of Columbus originally.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
going back into the late 60s and 70s.
Okay, yeah. So I always thought that it transitioned from there to keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There was a little gap.
yeah.
I think that shut down in the late 70s.
Well, I'm not that old. Late 80s, maybe?
No, I don't. Maybe the one by the cemetery did, and then it moved.
And
to
then
the,
it moved to
the
behind the
firehouse.
firehouse
Yeah.
or TVS
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
You
yeah.
say I'm that old. I mean, I was a little kid, but
Yeah.
I would have been old enough to go on some of the rides.
So tell us about POCO, what we have coming up this year.
So obviously, like we've been talking about, we're in the 24th year, which means we're getting excited already for next year. But coming back for this year, we have some of the things that, are the staples that everybody loves. Fireworks. Bigger and better show. Every year we kind of like turn it up a notch, so I'm really, really excited for that.
Does
I
it
think
have a
that's the-
250th theme this year?
We can't necessarily, we can ask for certain things, but it depends on what's available.
Okay.
So they do send us a list, like a shot list prior to it, but we won't know exactly what we can get till we get closer. But I like to keep it a lot of things a surprise
Yeah,
anyway.
that's great. Yeah.
Come see for yourself type of thing. So obviously, the fireworks are always a big deal, our Saturday nights. And we, of course, what we're there for is it's still an agricultural fair. It's still a celebration of our community. And at our corn and potato booth, we have Ciccarelli's, Auger Farm, DeFrancesco's, Country Farm 2 all donate their farm fresh corn.
Very nice.
So when you're going up and grabbing some corn, you're tasting something that was, grown here, which is the root of our community. So that's always a great aspect. For me, like I said, especially being a transplant, I think I'm hyper aware of the little parts that are community oriented as I've kind of come to be part of that. Like, someone like Mike, who's been with the festival, is a committee member for years. And like I was saying earlier, you can find him at most town events helping out, volunteering, emceeing. He's a wonderful MC. But, our dedicated volunteers, I know Mike takes off from work that week. There's so many long-time volunteers that really pour so much of themselves in it.
And there's not that many.
There's not. We are a very small committee of supervisors. We always need weekend volunteers that, we give service hours. And so anybody who would like to become part of it, you can get on our website. You can go right from there to sign up to volunteer. And you can come for one shift, you can come all weekend. We're grateful for any help. But we are always trying to grow the committee too. So anybody who would like to join, and we do like bi-monthly meetings, and we welcome new ideas, and we're always looking for more people to kind of join the team year round with us. So we have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And what's odd about the festival is my son was in a stroller, and now he helps out when he can. So it's generational. It comes full circle.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah, it's
the
wonderful.
kids that were going on the rides are now
Uh-huh.
cleaning up the fairgrounds, and so it's reciprocal. So it's fun to see the families that are growing and now are giving back to the festival.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, and even going down to like our seniors at the senior center, when we get that 4,000 pounds of potatoes, I
Potatoes,
think,
yeah.
about that, they come in and we have tables set up. They need to be dried first and wrapped. And, seniors and some other community members get together and they do that for us, and we make sure that we treat them nice and buy them lunch, and we host their Christmas luncheon at Park and Rec. So it's just nice to get to know so many different people. So I really like some of them get to know you, and I'll see them somewhere in town, and they'll ask me like, oh, you know, what's going on? What are you guys doing this year?
It's such a great community event where everybody comes in and puts in the sweat equity. And I know that there's a lot of people from out of town that come to the festival as well.
We've made national publications, which is a huge jump for where we started. To now be nationwide, to have us listed in these books. You know, and talking about the community events, it's weird to see, for instance, the police chief helping mop the stage when it rains. Everyone, it's all hands on deck.
We don't talk about that year.
Well, it's all hands on deck. There's nothing that doesn't get done. There's not my job is in part of the vocabulary.
No.
It's fantastic.
I love that.
And I just about every town department is involved in some way. You know, I mean, Public Works, like, we couldn't do this without, we couldn't do anything without Public Works. Yeah. But the work that they put in for us getting, you know, the land, the space ready, it is quite amazing. It's quite amazing. You know, our PD in making sure that we're all safe. We've got, you know, the fire department, fire marshal, the building inspector.
And the ambulance is there the whole time.
Yeah, it's a lot to, you know, things you wouldn't think of, like traffic patterns is something that will get discussed at length to try to keep it as flowing as best as possible. But yeah, every town department, you know.
Speaking of flow of traffic, so the parking now is off of Auger Road, right? Instead of
Totucket, Yeah, the field on Totucket that's behind the POCO grounds is where parking will be there again this year.
And is it paid parking?
It is.
Okay.
It is. I am unsure the price. We were working out what we could afford to do.
Okay.
This year, so I don't want to give a concrete price and be wrong.
Okay. And are you going to have the helicopters back this year?
There are not helicopters this year.
Okay.
So we like to keep things, you know, add some new things. So we had them for 3 years, and I think that a lot of people had their fill of it.
Okay.
So we're bringing in a couple other new things instead.
Oh.
So I'm sure at some point they'll be back again, but for this year, no helicopters.
Okay. Are the new things surprises, or can you tell us what they are?
I can tell you some of them.
Okay.
I already told you the fireworks are upgraded. We are returning with our petting zoo is coming back. Okay. There is something I don't want to name yet, but I'm just going to say it's going to make a big splash.
Ooh.
And it is a daredevil show.
Okay.
Similar, but not really to how we had the motocross last year.
So the motocross was really cool.
A big, you know, show, but I don't want to give too many details till we get, you know.
Are people going to need a change of clothes to bring with them?
That's a good question. I'll have to ask.
Okay.
So, you know, that is one of the things that I'm really excited about.
I noticed all the rides were upgraded last year. Really nice spread. Is it the same company coming and doing it again?
It's the same company, Fiesta Amusements. They'll be back with us. They've done a great job. So we are working on hopefully getting even more rides this year.
Oh, okay.
So
are there going to be rides for the littles and the medium littles? I know that I've heard some people in the past be disappointed because there wasn't enough rides for the littles, or there's too many for
That seems to be every year where you can't please everybody. So either
we
go big rides or small rides.
Well, here's the thing. We're kind of at the mercy of what's available. So we can request what we would like. Okay. And it depends if it is available or not, because the company's at different festivals, you know, throughout the East Coast at different times. So we don't really know till it gets closer. We put in our requests and try to keep it a nice balance for different, you know, ages and heights. And stuff, but we can't ever guarantee that we're going to have something specific. So that's kind of why, if it seems not balanced age-wise, sometimes that, you know.
And tractor pull, are you having the little garden tractor pulls? Is there going to be a big tractor pull?
The lawnmowers, yeah.
We are working on something possibly different locally, but we are not going to have the same tractor pull company that we usually have.
Okay.
We were waiting to hear back from them, and they are busy, so we have other plans for that space, and that's one of those things.
It's a surprise.
The ink hasn't dried yet.
This year, there's a lot of surprises. Last year, we kind of
I'm dying to find out myself.
I know. Now I'm really curious.
I think the only thing we have in concrete might be the entertainment lineup.
Oh.
Yeah, we do have bands for all 3 days. That may be the only concrete thing we have at this point.
Can you tell us
Well,
a little bit
here.
about that? I know our very own.
Can I talk about that?
Yes.
Can I? Can I?
I will give you one more that'll make everyone happy, but I'm not going to give you the full details. We are going to bring back North Branford Day for the
love
community.
it.
Which means what?
Well, I'm not giving the details
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
It's going to be specific to celebrating our friends and neighbors in the community.
There you go.
So, but what the details of what we're going to do is still not quite ready for announcement yet, but soon.
Okay.
Soon.
All right.
It's incentive to like follow us on social media.
Yeah.
Go look at our website.
Now I'm really curious. So you got me. I'll be watching the whole time.
But yeah, as you were saying before, we do have a special tie-in to the entertainment. A gentleman named Victor Rowland. He's an acoustic artist who is actually filming this right now. Hello, Vic. He's going to be on stage Sunday, 12 until 2. So he's one of the many artists that we have performing at POCO this year. And we kick it off with a Beatles tribute band Friday night.
Oh, that will be cool.
It's going to be very cool. And then I believe Saturday is a Bon Jovi.
Oh,
Who
is
doesn't
that the
love-
headliner?
Who
on
doesn't
Sunday?
Yeah,
love Bon Jovi?
pre-fireworks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pre-fireworks. So they are playing. They're playing a long set too.
Yeah, they're playing, I think, 2 50-minute sets with a break, and they're called One Wild Night.
Oh.
Yeah. And and the good thing is, we like to put local artists. Victor's local. Evan Aguilar, another local. He's been a counselor at camp, actually.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be doing a set on Saturday. So we love to mix in a lot of the local artists, too.
And we have some of our teachers in town that have a band, right? Haven't they played in the fall, on the fall stage?
Juice
sets?
Box?
Yes.
Juice Box, they not last year, the year before, but they've been with us a couple times recently.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Nick DeLizio, he was Teacher of the Year last year. He's a high school
Oh.
teacher.
And a softball coach.
And a softball coach.
Very
And
successful coach.
I can't remember offhand, but I know the softball team did really well last year too.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Are they playing this year? Or
They
no?
are not.
They are not playing.
They are
Not
not.
for this year.
Okay.
So we like to kind of rotate things in and out.
And are you still doing, I know that there used to be bands like throughout the day. Are there still bands throughout the day or just those?
We have, we've kind of cut back on the bands because we have a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Anthony Esposito. Everybody knows Anthony. He's our DJ.
Okay.
So, we have stuff going on throughout the fairgrounds. So we'll have an act. We'll announce the act. In between acts, Anthony will play some music. We'll have different things going on. Ashley Joyner. We have games all weekend long. The
I was
festival
just
games.
about to ask that. You read my mind.
So we fill the spaces with different activities. Hula hoop, the pie eating contest, all those fun festival games, all throughout the weekends.
Awesome.
So, and we have Central Cafe, again, is hosting our
Yes.
beer garden, our beer and beverage garden, because I know we're did Sun Cruisers last year. I think there might be a variety of similar things this year. I don't handle the beer tent, so I don't know specifically. So that would be one of another coordinators, Rose Angeloni, who takes care of that. But yeah, and again, another local element is, we love having them. They gave everyone such a good time last year. And the beer tent is going to be enlarged this year.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
right next to the stage.
There you go.
So, grab something to eat and, grab a beverage and sit for a little bit.
And the Community Lens and Good Vibes are going to pair up again and return all of the bottles to donate to the food pantry.
Oh, great.
One thing that we did learn last year, though, is that those high noons and stuff do not get a deposit. So
Spirit-based drinks do not have a 10-cent
yeah.
deposit.
So drink beer.
So if there's vodka in it, you don't get the 10 cents.
Yeah,
Malt-based, you do.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
should be some encouragement, too, for everyone to recycle.
Yes.
Because all of that money is going to end up with the food pantry, and it would make our recycling committee very happy because they are also involved in the festival
Yes.
in making sure that there is adequate amounts of receptacles and making sure that it gets bagged and, stored properly until Kara comes and gets them.
Yes. Well, me and the Good Vibes crew,
you and the good-
not just me.
And last year you guys were so great. You were in and out. So
Yeah, it didn't take us long at all, and we
Yeah.
sorted. Yeah.
So
It was a good
definitely
time.
that was fun.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Poco?
No, I think I'm pretty well versed on the POCO
Okay.
Fest, so
I just want to thank the
Hopefully
rest
the
of the
weather holds up.
coordinators because everybody's working hard, even though they always elect me to do these things, and I'm not the best public speaker. But
Thank you
You
for
know.
coming on. Because
thank you.
I think last year I asked, and I'll ask again just in case there's some new people in town listening, but what is one thing that you think that anybody who's new to town should know about POCO before they come, especially if they're a small family? The best time to come?
I would
be
say
prepared?
shuttle buses.
Okay.
I would say, because we're a small town, we don't have 4-lane roads leading to the fairgrounds. We do offer shuttle buses. Would you say that's a convenience for families, perhaps?
We always took them a lot, even with, I know not everybody likes it, but bringing a stroller on to me wasn't a big deal because you sit in the front of the bus with it. So, I would say, I used to just load stuff on top, the chairs and stuff on top of the stroller, and then stake out your spot for fireworks.
yeah.
Stake it out,
Bring your
get some
blanket and
dinner.
your chairs.
Yeah.
So
So many
definitely come
people-
on Saturday and stay for the fireworks.
Come early to get a good spot.
Okay.
So it seems to, everybody kind of starts flooding in between like 5 and 7. So I suggest coming for the afternoon and just sticking around,
Okay.
because get a good seat that way too.
And ride bracelets, are those going to go online and you buy them?
They
with-
will. They
Okay.
haven't posted them yet, but Fiesta will be activating that button for us on our website when they are ready.
Okay.
And we have a ton of food. When I say to people that I work the Potato and Corn Festival, they think we just have potato and corn. We have all kinds of food vendors. We have steak sandwiches. Colossal Kobasa was there last year, phenomenal. We have Thai food, so whatever your appetite is, there's pretty much guaranteed a booth to fill that appetite. So we're not just potato and corn. That's what a lot of people think when they hear it. We have tons of food, all kinds of different choices. So
We have a couple new ones this year too.
so bring your appetites.
The kids are going to be psyched. We have a dirty soda.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing now. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's big because
It's taking
popping.
soda and making it even fancier with different cream flavors and syrups and stuff, but the kids are really into it.
Yeah, lots of sugar, I
It's
guess.
a lot of fun, but yeah, to me, I'm like, that's a lot of sugar. But they're a lot of fun. The kids will like that a lot.
And I always remember to bring my refillable Mike's Lemonade or whoever.
Wild Bill's.
Yeah,
Wild
Bill's.
Bill's.
There you go. The soda place, because their soda is really, really
Isn't
good.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
I have multiple mugs
Yeah.
over the years.
I would leave it at home this year. They unfortunately are at a different event.
Oh.
So, but we have the dirty soda. And you don't
Okay,
have to have
that
it dirty
works.
if you don't like it dirty.
But I might try it just because why not? Get
Yeah,
in
I
on
mean,
the
that's what
trend.
fairs are about. That's like what you save your calories for.
Yeah.
Like, that's when we go to festivals, any festival, that is time to eat the fried dough and to eat the fried Twinkies and all the offbeat treats that some of them have.
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a question for Mr. Candelora. And I was asking this before too, but just for the public good, when it comes to, like, we have commissions here in town. We have the Agricultural Commission, the Economic Development Commission. POCO's kind of a quasi commission off the Parks and Rec. At the state level, there are commissions, and there's not always regular people on them. Is there any way for regular people to get on?
So we have commissions, we have working groups, we have task forces, probably in the range of over 100.
Wow.
There is a website, if you go on the ct.gov website, the state website, you could look at some of them. But if individuals are ever interested in serving on the commissions, there are some legislative appointments. So as a legislative leader, I do get to appoint people onto those commissions. And they'll work on task force. We have one that just got created for education funding to look at how the money for education is distributed at the state level. And some of the commissions are more ongoing. We've had them ranging from animal control.
That would be yes.
Yeah, all the way through to dealing with different industries and professions like nail salons. And so if people are interested, they should look at the websites. We were talking about you want to get people on those boards and commissions who have an interest and represent the public.
Yeah, but also somebody who can give the lens of the person on the ground, not necessarily the people at the top of the
food chain.
Yeah.
I always find a good way to get involved with that stuff, though, is watch and attend the meetings.
Absolutely.
Network, get to know the people who already are on these boards and form some relationships and get involved in any community activities,
A lot of it now is Zoom, so you're able to even just go on and participate from your living room.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. That's one of the things that, informed and involved is that's why I'm sitting here, because we need more people informed and involved. I think what I was trying to get across earlier in my opener is that I think we've become so in tune to the social media thing that if we see it, we think that it's going farther, but you're not involved just because you make a comment or throw something out. That's not being involved. You're involved if you go and you make relationships, if you spend the time and
you have to make yourself known.
Right. But even if you're just a small little person, taxpayer going on with your life, your voice matters and your story matters, especially when it comes to education and it comes to funding. And so I think even though we want to go back to a time where we don't want to think about the government and just have it run, we're in my opinion, for the good of the public, we're in a place where we do need to engage and put our stories in there.
So. There's no small impacts. Any involvement's good.
Right, any involvement's good. I actually, because of one of the snowstorms, was given the opportunity. I was actually able to testify on Zoom in person at the state level this year. I had testified for the tenants bill to get, and it was a really great experience. And I realized we're all just regular people. We make mistakes. There's blunders and there was changes in orders and all the things but I was able to have my voice heard. I don't know, I hope that I helped a little bit. I know the bill didn't end up passing once it got to the floor, but it still got there, and just having it there is, to me, important, because what I did notice is that everybody else that was there testifying was just the head of or a paid person there representing some organization.
Yeah.
And messaging from organizations doesn't always get down to the nitty-gritty of the problem. So, yeah. Well, thank you all for being on. Does anybody have one last thing they want to say?
I just wanted to mention the rest of the coordinating team that aren't here with us tonight. That
Yes.
I guess trusted me to represent everything with my stage fright. But Rose Angeloni, Steve Torino, and Elissa Pannone, along with Director of Park and Rec Carrie Haynes and Assistant Director Sarah Brown, round out the coordinating team. And everybody's working super duper hard to bring something special to the community. So, of course, in addition to our amazing volunteer committee.
And we have a 3-person entertainment crew. It's myself, Anthony Esposito, and a gentleman named Bill Merrick, who also works the cooker all weekend. So the three
and
of us.
Anthony's also helping keep us safe all weekend, too.
That's right.
We
Everybody's
can't forget
pulling
the
double
parking
duty.
crew, too.
John
Parking
Opie.
crew, John Opie.
Johnny Opie.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for being here. Happy 250th anniversary. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Send in any questions, comments. If you'd like to be on the show, let us know. And also, I have to mention it before we go, there are activated citizens that are collecting for a petition. All the petition does is ask for the commission to be created to open up the charter. That's all it does, is create the commission. Doesn't do anything else. But if you would like to sign, we would love to have your signature and support. So again, happy 250th. Have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you at the end of July. Thank you so much.